important contract stuff going on there? What's
activities going on?
A little bit of activities going on. What's it been like here? I gotta ask, man. You were kind of the star of the Q&A yesterday. I felt like there were more questions coming to you than anybody else. What did you think about that?
Yeah, it was cool. Everybody had some really good questions and very insightful. Yeah.
Did you go get your shawarma yet?
No, I haven't gotten it, but somebody described it to me, just the way they cut the meat. I guess it's a process, but it's supposed to be really good for you, I guess.
There was a lot of questions about Till. You know, obviously the matchup is there. What's been the reaction to this matchup? How do you think people have been accepting it?
I agree, everybody likes to fight, but everybody keeps saying, oh, you're going to smash him, you're going to smash him. But, guys, Till's more dangerous than everybody thinks. You know, he's coming off 2 losses. A year ago, we were just saying, like, everybody was on him, you know, a year ago. And now everybody's like, oh, he's nothing, you know. But he's a great fighter.
It's interesting because I think you're right. I think that is the reaction. So I mean, is there going to be like any, I don't want to say hesitation or issues on your, like, to not let yourself believe that, to not let yourself buy into that in the build up to them?
Yeah, it's easy, you know, reading the comments, because I do go through the comments sometimes in the comment section, and I'm like, oh yeah, Gastelum's got it. He's gonna knock him out. He's gonna do this. Gastelum 100%. And I'm like, yeah, you know, I think they're right. So, but you have to kind of check yourself, you know, and realize, like, this is a dangerous guy, man. He's a dangerous fighter.
Is there anything that stands out to you most about him? Like, I know you still got to get into it and really get the preparation going, but like when you look at him, is there one thing like, here's where we really got to be careful?
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that waits for he's long, he's tense, tall, he puts his chin up in the air, and he just waits for that big left. You know, in my opinion, that's his biggest tool. Just like me, you know, I like landing that left, but I feel like if I need to open up my toolbox, then I will, and I don't know if he has that.
I mean, do you think, you know, you talked about wanting to fight a top middleweight. There wasn't one, so this is a top name. Because of that, I mean, do you think this keeps you kind of in that #1 contender type spot, or do you feel like you're going to have to get another win over somebody else?
I feel like maybe I might have to get another win over somebody else, but like I still feel like I'm in title contention. You know, I'm going to try and rally for the title shot or the rematch against Izzy after the fight. So I feel like I'm still there, man. You know, I need to go out there. I need to make a statement with Darren Till. I need to go out there, make the statement, and call out the rest of the world.
People are very critical of the matchup. In the UK and European fans are thinking, why wouldn't they just, you know, give Darren maybe an easier matchup instead of put him in a guy right at the top of the division? Were you surprised that they did that with Darren as well?
I was, just because at first, well, I had mentioned, you know, my side of the story where I was waiting for an opponent, a top level opponent, and they were all booked. I mean, Paulo Costa's gonna fight for the title next, probably. Yoel Romero's just got off a loss. Oh wow. And so all the top middleweights are all booked. I wanted a big fight in MSG, and it didn't happen. So we'll go to the next best available thing, which I think was Darren Till.
I feel as though you're an even worse matchup for him than, say, the likes of Jorge Masvidal. Would you agree with that?
I would agree with that. You know, I'm bigger. I feel like my hands are heavier. I hit harder, and I feel like my boxing is just as good, if not better, than Masvidal's.
Talking about Masvidal, Dana White said that Masvidal Diaz will be the main event of UFC 244. What do you think about this matchup and who you got?
Yeah, that was surprising. They just announced that a moments ago, and I thought it was going to be Kamaru Usman versus Colby Covington, right? But I guess this is the MMA world, and it happens. But I like the matchup. It's just a little strange to me that it's not a title fight headlining MSG, you know?
And obviously, you came up short against Israel, but it was an incredible fight, an incredible performance. Even though you had a loss, can you still take confidence from that fight?
Yeah, absolutely. I take confidence in knowing that I was just this close to doing it, you know, and it affected me big time. You know, I'm so motivated to get back in there and prove to the world that I should have won that fight. I should have beat Izzy that night. I just got to go out there and prove it.
What do you think Izzy's going to do against Whittaker? How do you think that fight goes down?
Yeah, I've said I like this fight a lot. I mean, Izzy obviously has a variety of tools that he uses in his fights. Rob has, I think, just the right tools to beat Izzy, you know what I mean? And Although I'm rooting for Izzy.
What is it about Madison Square Garden that excites you? We hear fighters talk about it all the time, it's got all the history, but for you personally, why is MSG where you need to be?
If you're a fighter, man, I mean, the Madison Square Garden's on your bucket list. It has to be. You know, that's where all the greats have fought. And it's going to be an honor once I step inside of that octagon at MSG.
You mentioned Diaz and Masvidal. Obviously, you're saying, oh, you're a bit weird that it's not the title, but that fight's obviously going to be huge. Is it exciting to know that, well, hey, my views just went up as well? Or do you not really care about that stuff?
I do and I don't. I mean, it's cool that there's a big fight headlining a big card, and it's not necessarily a title fight. So I think the landscape of the business is kind of changing.
Well, apparently Dana's going to give the winner a BMF belt. So there is kind of a title on the line.
There's kind of a title, a BMF title on the line. Cool. Shoot, I want to throw my name in the hat and maybe get a BMF belt myself.
You fight at middleweight, but you used to fight at welterweight. So obviously, you're still young. Is there any time that you think you'll go back to welterweight, or is it middleweight for the rest of your career?
If it would be for the title, you know, and I get the chance to get a belt in one hand and on the other, then I would.
Did you enjoy the Q&A yesterday?
Yeah, I did. It was fun.